Guys, welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 3. Last time, we arrived here on the Elsa after getting ourselves stuck in the weird hypersphere thing. Remember that droid for end of the game. Don't go out there until you're ready to continue on with the game. And head over here when you want to go play Haycox. We do not want to do that. But just so you know, there is a machine up there, and I think the next level is become available to us. I think you get a skill upgrade B for beating it. Completely not worth it. This is the men's cabin. You need a male lead in order to get in there. This is the female cabin. You need a female lead to get in here. It doesn't matter who else is in the party. It just the on-screen character must be such and such. Yeah, you say something about a dog. We don't need to do anything about that till later. Is there anything... Do you say anything interesting? Talking about a geocrystal. This will be important going forward. Harvest one by refining rough geocrystal. I know how to do it, but you don't have any use for it. And we won't until we forgot that you said that. Thank you for placing that character near the beginning of the game. Very helpful. Yeah, it's part of a quest to get an ultimate weapon for somebody. I don't remember who off the top of my head. This one actually does have something of value. I'm not going to go pretending to talk to people anymore. Let's just go straight for this guy here, which contains survival wear, which is, I think, a piece of armor for Junior and Chaos. Now, the thing about this game is each character has their own specific set of weapon and even armor. Every character has pretty much their own special type of armor. The only place that this differs is there's a few pieces of armor that both Momo and Shion can use, and Junior and Chaos can, I think, equip almost every piece of gear the same, save for maybe like their ultimate, well, at least as far as armor goes, not as far as equipment goes. So obviously they use different weapons. Hitting this button creates space, and you can't leave, and serves absolutely no other purpose. I don't know why it's there. If it was a holodeck, I'd be all for that, but I don't think that's supposed to be a holodeck. Anyway, with that said, no, I don't want to talk to you. Let's blow up all the bottles. Lag. Joy. They've increased the reaction speed. This doesn't really matter, but basically the idea here is all the work they did to make the ship so much better is being neutralized somewhere on the planet, which is something we already knew about. Over here, segment address number 9. I was saying this last time when we got the decoder. We get the EK device. Acquired. Erde Kaiser. Already. Want to know why this is so good? One, it's because we're getting Erde frickin' Kaiser at the start of the game. The other part of this is Erde Kaiser. Erde Kaiser. Erde Kaiser. Erde Kaiser. All the way down here, and yeah. Everybody gets Erde Kaiser this time. It's a small lightning ether attack to all enemies. What it doesn't mention is that it is also like a massive break. And by break, it's a break attack. You can use it on enemies for pretty much the first half of the game, and the vast majority of normal enemies will be broken instantly. It does cost 40 MP or EP, and as you can see, we can't use it very much, but still, having that as an ability for the first chunk of the game is so useful. You got a postcard in the future where everyone can, warp and do all this other weird stuff. Anyway, this is the little story that starts us on the Erde Kaiser side quest, hence why we got Erde Kaiser already. Now, the other guy here, the Dark Professor, is on a deserted island in the Southern Sea. Something to do with an ultimate robot, and he hasn't said anything about a monkey, but they say something about a monkey shortly. It's in Second Miltia. Peta Island, yes. They're nice enough to go right up and tell you. And yeah, he's always liked monkeys. Had a pet monkey called Coconut Monkey. I don't know what. Monkeys do not have 9 lives. Why is the bunny smarter than the professor? Do you have one more line of dialogue? Okay. You own the patent, my ass. I think this is the last line. Sentimental in your old age, you old man. Repetition. Kind of weird there. Anyway, that's what we need to do in order to spawn the Erde Kaiser quest in this game. I don't think there's anything over there. This is KOS-MOS' service bay, by the way. We'll be going there at a later date. And we need to talk to you later, but that's not for quite some time. There's a lot of people we need to talk to, but doing it right now is kind of useless. An AF Scout, that's an ES frame. We'll deal with that shortly. And I've got weird artifacting. Yeah, there's, again, I'm not sure if they do this on each of them, but I think they did this in episode 1, where they had this kind of side plot line that talked about the droids as being subservient and, you know, being built to serve humans and stuff like that. And of course, that concept, as we know with KOS-MOS, is an apparent trend or focus of the game, or at least a side focus of the game. So having it for the droids as well as for a main character, so you can kind of identify with it, not just because it's for a character in your party that you know a lot about, but for other characters in general, is of course a good thing, and it helps kind of balance things out. Now let's head up here. Pretty much all that we can explore. I think that's all the items we can get for now as well. I don't think there are any other ones. I could be wrong. That's the one of the strange things, the strange differences between Xenosaga Episode 2 and Episode 3. Episode 2 has one of the best strategy guides ever. Not only is the official one great, but the ones on GameFAQs are all excellent. So much information is known about this game. There is like no information about this game. Episode 3 has very little information about it. It's really hard to find. So Vector S-Line Division, I'm going to just jump right toward the end. Just follow the path and you'll find the segment address door. It's in plain sight. You can't really miss it. Okay. And I don't even remember what number this is, but we got it anyway. This is the Tears River. And just like in Episode 2, once you're in the UMN, all you have to do is select Quit, and you can warp yourself right out of there, which is very nice. Next, let's go to... No, actually go to Payda Island, thank you. And unfortunately, we start all the way up there, even though we never have to go over there again. Oh. But if we do here, once starting the Erde Kaiser side quest, then this door that was closed on us before is now open. Before going over there, we need to do some Panty Rating. And no, I'm not being a moron, that's actually what we're doing. If we go over here, treasure chest, we get Shion's swimsuit. That's where her clothes were hanging earlier, by the way, so I guess it kind of makes sense. I already blew up that once before. Still want to come here. I know it's not real, but I still want to come here, and I want to live in that house. Not for any pervy reasons, you know, talking about Panty Rating, but the whole idea of this area existing somewhere is just incredible. I would love to live somewhere like this. And I'm not even a big fan of the heat. I much prefer the cool air as opposed to the hot air. And I would love to live here. And I'm getting slow down. Seems to happen no matter what I do. I either get slow down or I get weird... what's that, you know, colors changing or whatever it was. Anyway, let's head in here. Dark House, if you notice above the door there. Remote Laboratory, if you look dead center, there's the Dark Professor. Oh? Well, that's no fun. And apparently the monkey can talk. Arch enemy or arch rival? Doesn't matter which one you answer. With this one, he says his only rival was the other professor. Yeah. But she's a devil woman with the face of a demon. Not a charming man. I think this line would change depending on who your lead is. It might change if you bring Shion, who I believe is the character that he blames for it, even though it... And I would assume is because she can always summon dark or any of the Erde Kaisers that we have in the other two games, so that would be my guess. Why do you squeak when you walk? Okay then. Alright. Oh, custom coconut. Can we do anything else around here? I guess not. So we'll head through here. Okay, this was the lab. Ultimate Erde Kaiser. He left a will. If a woman with long hair wearing a pendant comes by, why don't you show it to her? Talking about your friend. Yeah, I think this dialogue changes slightly depending on who your lead is. I would guess it was, you know, kind of a male character versus a female character versus Shion, and those would probably be all of them. Anyway, step on the big glowing D. And yes, that could be interpreted very wrong as well. But before we do that, let's head down here. Secret entrance. And if we go in this direction, segment address door that, again, we won't be opening for quite some time. And over here, update file 02. And there's another database update. Small grave, no name on it. So that must be the Dark Professor. It's a character we don't know other than for one extra mission at the end of Xenosaga Episode 2. And yet with this music, it's kind of a sad thing. He's on a deserted island all by himself and dies there with a pet monkey that he's somehow either trained to talk or manipulated genetically to talk or whatever he's done. How long has it been? I don't know. A year since the last game? Only to get revenge, of course, because that's the plotline of every JRPG. Wait, you've observed her? Oh? And which man would that be? He stole her food. Seriously? And I was just kidding about the panty raid. Jesus Christ, this guy's got problems. Yeah, they play up the dirty old man card in here quite a bit. Anyway, he found out everything he needed to and created Erde Kaiser. That's the Greek symbol for Sigma. So, Erde Kaiser Sigma. Not even you can defeat it. Well, not right now I can't. Eventually I will be able to. And with no time left, that's your last will. Accept my final challenge. Fight my greatest masterpiece. And yes, you unlock the ability to fight this super boss at this point in the game. A whole few hours in. And you can actually fight him right now. You'll lose. He'll one-shot your characters. Hell, when you fight him later on in the game, he'll one-shot your characters. Anyway, he created Erde Kaiser Sigma. No. Actually, you know what? We might as well, because that means I don't have to come back in here later. I can just go... Oop, no, stop that. I can go straight outside and do it from there. So sure, we will do it once, just so that I can save backtracking later. And you fly too? A flying talking monkey. Oh, this isn't gonna come... This is not gonna go well. Yeah, this is one of the game's super bosses. You're not supposed to beat this probably until after you've beaten the final boss. Sorry that glitched out on me. I had the yeah, I had the other speed on, and that was screwing up things.
You're too young to defeat me.
That's quite true. But yeah, anyway, we'll see that animation properly when I actually go to fight this guy for real. Can I run from... I cannot run from this guy. Let's watch me die. Guarded. Guarded. Yeah, we're not supposed to fight this guy.
Shutting down systems.
Your attacks are nothing.
Oh. Now, what you saw there was called Revenge. Yeah, he activated a shield, and I'll go into more...
Kaiser shield
Yeah, shut up.
is
I'll
the
go...
elemental defense system that surrounds the Sigma.
Really?
There is a secret to breaking this defense system.
Why would you tell me that? That was kind of obvious. But yeah, Revenge is a type of counter,
Isn't responding.
and we'll go into more about that later. But anyway, there's our defeat.
Can't go on.
That one leads you to nothing but death. But eventually we will be able to do something with that. But like I said, it's kind of meant for probably beyond the final boss, but we will go there before that point. Because I like taking out the extra bosses ahead of time. Anyway, here we have new items. And there is some that I would really like to buy. Now, the G vaccine, I will buy one just to show something off with it, but I don't have the money to be able to afford a lot of them right now, and I don't... Actually, I'll buy a couple... Actually, yeah, I'll buy a few of those, so I have them. And I got enough of those, so that's good. Okay, so I don't need to buy any of those. We don't need to buy a weapon for Shion, because we're going to get a better one shortly after. Now, they do this a lot, where it's just like, oh, look at all the new weapons, just buy them all. Except for there's two here, and one is just better. So make sure you don't buy the first one for Jin, buy the second one. That's a good one. Buy for you, and for you. Do not buy KOS-MOS's, because that's a bad idea. The one she has already is way better. And we got a new weapon for you. Now, armor. We have new armor for you. In fact, we have two of them for both characters. Now, I don't care for either of these. I like the teddies a lot more, so we're not going to buy either of those. We are going to buy that for you. This is better for KOS-MOS, but we're not going to buy it for her because of reasons. We will have access to better stuff when we need it. And there's that, and there's that. Now, two different characters can equip this, but you only need to buy one of them because we picked up a piece of survivalware earlier on. Alright, so we've got that. I think if I remember correctly, I want to buy one of these. And over here, we have access to some new stuff here. Halves accessory or accuracy and evasion down, half poison, don't care. Don't care, still don't care, so let's not worry about that. And here, I believe I want to buy 2 red stars. I actually have a shopping list this time around. And we can buy ES equipment. Okay, so we already have one of these, plus we actually have some kind of engine with 420 energy, and the difference of 10 is negligible, so we're only going to buy one. Here we want to buy 2 of these, and here we want to buy 2 of these. Now, half guard on characters is pointless because you never use it. On mechs, you actually do use it because guarding restores HP. Now, If you're running low on money and you can't afford all this stuff, you can sell all this other stuff that you got in here. This is why I was trying to get more of the ether cores from the mechs before, because look at that sell rate. In my testing, I got 2 of these. Unfortunately, I got 1 this time, but yeah, get a lot of money from that. That's very helpful. Any of your barter items, you can just sell all of them. It doesn't matter. The white fragment we stole from the boss. That's just for selling as well. Do note that if you need to, there are some items around here where you could make some money back, say ether packs, but the amount that you can get until the end of the game is really limited, so I wouldn't recommend doing it. Alright, with that said, let's show off all of our new gear here. I will set up my characters with the appropriate characters that I'm going to be using in a bit here. But I will do that off screen because I'm not sure who I'm using going forward again. So yeah, we got the survival wear and the fiber vest. This is the one we bought. This is the one we found. Now, because, let's see, let's put on the new weapons first. Get Junior's on there too. So Junior's got a strength of 46 and Chaos has 40 even. So I'm going to give him the one that increases strength just to get him a little more damage. And you can have the other one. They're about the same on defense. Give you that, and I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, we can't do anything over there for now, unfortunately. So yeah, as we go out, I'm not going to be able to get too far into here today, but I just want to head out here. This is the ES hangar. Just go out here, and we'll automatically go into our ESs, and we'll be outside. We're in an underground cavern, and as you can see, I think that's the outside barrier, but there's evidence of water here as well. That song is so perfect for this area. In fact, it's perfect for a lot of things. Nap time for one of them. Since we're here, we might as well show off some of the other things we can do here. Most of these we can't do anything with. See, our default engines were 25, and here, might as well give you a 43, you can have the 42, and the Zebulon can have the other 43, not that it matters. And I did get a frame, here it is. This was in the treasure chest in downstairs in B1 in the Elsa, so that's going to up your HP by quite a bit. We're back to the old system like we had in Xenogears Xenosaga Episode 1 as opposed to Episode 2. As far as equiption goes, so we can actually equip our character or our mechs and they gain HP and stats by equiption, not by levels. Let's see here. So once we've got that, now we have these CPUs. Now what the CPUs do is they allow you to wear these discs here. And these discs, do I not have a sensor already? Oh, I gotta go get a sensor. Oops. Screwed that up. Yeah, we need to go back in. I definitely need to buy a sensor. I thought I already had one for some stupid reason. Oh well. Let's go back to the shop there, and we'll grab that real quick. Now, after you've been to the shop once, all the items that said new before will no longer show new. So yeah, let's get a sensor because we definitely want that. I gotta get back in the mechs in order to equip them. I think you can do it from here, but it's easier to... I have to go out here anyway, so it doesn't matter. And the music out here is better. Now, the first couple of battles in your mechs will give you a tutorial, and I'll go over some of the other stuff to deal with that when we do. But for now, I just want to go over the equiption. So we have a right weapon and a left weapon. Some of our characters, such as Jin, tend to, well, he pilots alone, by the way, tend to only have one, and sometimes they're two-handed ones, so you can either have one in each hand or only one. These are just different types of attacks more than they are separate, you know, changing your damage output or anything like that. They're just different types of weapons. This one costs 230 energy, hits twice, has an ether attack value of 43. This one has 43 at ether attack, costs less energy, and hits more times. but it's got different rapid numbers, and there's a lot of values here that I don't fully understand. I can go over some of it when we actually get into the battle. Your armor, your frame is your HP value, your generator is your energy value, which determines how many attacks you can do. Now, we came default equipped with these CPUs, so let's go to the 2 for you and the 2 for you. Now, I'm going to leave you with the 1 because I need somebody to have sensor, and basically the CPUs allow you to equip discs. Discs are basically your accessories in the game. So one person needs to have that. I don't have access to a CUS 3 yet, so I can't have that and the protection here. But I'm going to give the D guards to the 2 mechs that have the least amount of HP, Zebulon and the Dina. The Reuben, I'm basically going to ignore for 99% of the game, because the way your experience works in this game is your experience and your skill points are determined by the characters who are actually in the battle. Now, because your characters in mech form earn experience for the characters instead of for the mechs, all 6 of our characters, assuming we use those 6, will get additional SP. Well, the Reuben, I think, gets 75%, which means only one character gets 75%. If I put the Reuben in, then I'm going to get 75% for 2 characters. So in terms of the overall progress of the game, it's much more beneficial to have these 3 in the entire time. The Reuben has some powerful attacks and is very useful. It's just not a good idea as far as the amount of experience and skill points you need to accumulate throughout the game. So I'm going to basically ignore him. Anyway, long episode aside, that's pretty much all the time I have for today. Next time we'll actually continue through this area and enjoy more of this awesome music. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.